Conor!
Ah!
That's the classic
Hello.
intro. The classic intro.
It is.
We're back.
I missed hearing that. I know, it's been so long.
We've had like
It feels like ages.
I know, we've had like a 2-week hiatus. The listeners they wouldn't even know.
I know, we're so smart.
We are.
Because we planned ahead so Aidan could film last week and not have to do this and interrupt it. So we filmed twice in 1 week and no one would have been the wiser. But
Not at all. Not at all.
Very smart, Aidan. I'll give you that one.
It's
Doing 2 episodes in a week.
so,
No one will
so
know.
smart. No one's ever done that before.
Maybe we said it in the episode. I can't remember.
We might have
I think
done that
I tried to watch it. Actually, I listened to our school reunion one this week at work.
That's cool.
I don't know why, but I did because I was like, that'd be sweet. I haven't done it in a while. I was like, let's see how the old show's going. So there you go. And I do think of you when I'm at work. So
Amazing.
no
Very
worries, man.
cute. How you been?
And I've been all right. I'm okay. Been better, but
Still
surviving. It's the weekend soon, so
Yeah.
how you been?
Yeah, good. I'm vibing.
Sleep deprived?
Yeah. I was shooting up until last night. And I got to sleep at
and
4
quite
a.m.
late.
last
I
night and was
heard.
like, that's great. But we're wrapped our main principal shoot now.
All
so.
done now. Okay, right now it's just the bloody post.
Yeah, we have one tiny shoot that we'll be doing in a couple of weeks, but that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Anyways, this is our amazing Doctor Who show, boy.
Very popular as well, by the way. The viewing figures just keep skyrocketing.
They do get better.
They love it.
I wouldn't say skyrocketing, but
I wouldn't say skyrocketing. Maybe for our standards, but
yeah, they are getting better. So
I do agree. Maybe not, but thank you for watching, everyone. I do really appreciate it. Aidan sent me some nice figures this week. It was really good to see. It's nice to know people actually watch us, considering the last time we did this show, no one watched it. So it's nice to know this time around they do.
So,
Perfect.
to fans of the show, old and new, if this is your first episode or your 16th, I think that's the episode of our show that we're on now.
Shit.
Welcome to the 50% Doctor Who podcast, where me and this guy, this guy right here, Conor, we just talk about Doctor Who and other shit, and have a fat laugh along the way.
Yeah, not wrong.
Not wrong. That sums it up.
I did my questions a solid hour and a half before
Amazing.
the show. Can you believe that? I actually took a lot of time and consideration on them.
Wow.
I hope I trip you up with them because I'm getting a bit sick of not doing well on these things. So
Conor
I'm ready to roll with that.
Conor and I have our weekly contest where we quiz each other on Doctor Who with different categories every week to find out who the ultimate Whovian is. And I always pick the category, which I guess is kind of biased. So feel free to pick some down the line. You can pick next week's one if you want.
That's all right.
I don't mind. But I always pick the
I don't
category
think you're
and
doing
then I
it
go and
despite
find
me.
questions. And then
Yeah.
like an hour and a half before the show today, I was like, fuck, we haven't discussed a category. So I was just like, Cybermen. We'll talk about the Cybermen.
It's a good one to pick.
It's a good one, considering today we're going to be talking about the rise of Cybermen and the Age of Steel.
And Age of Steel!
Wow. Always feel like those titles should be the other way around.
Yeah,
So-
I thought that as well.
Yeah.
I always thought that. Interesting.
Very weird. Very weird.
Yeah, so are you ready to roll these questions?
Yeah. I can't remember. Did I? Yeah. We have a sting now for the questions, don't we? Let's... Well, I don't know. I think
We have a what now, sorry?
I think I made a sting. Well, not made a sting. I found like a tune to roll into the questions.
Oh, a sting means a title.
Yeah. Well, it's like a little...
okay.
No, it's like a little bit of music that you put at the start or the end of it.
Well, roll the sting.
Yeah,
Aidan.
guys, let's get into the big Doctor Who face-off.
And if you don't have a sting, you have to find one. So.
I love how
Are you
the name
asking
of
me
this segment-
first, or
What was that?
are you asking me first, or?
We can... I don't mind. Do you want me to ask you first? I can ask you first. So
Sure.
I'll ask Conor a question, then Conor will ask me a question. And back
getting
and
my
forth
questions up now.
We have 3 questions for each other's each. The current stats,
Right.
I think I'm on... Am I on 2.5 and you're on 1.5, I think. We get 1 point per win, but 0.5
Yeah.
if there's something controversial in there.
Yes, that's right.
But yeah, I think it's 2.5 and Connor's on 1.5. I currently do not have my current thing that I have that I write my notes on because my hard drive is out of the office at the moment. So I aren't able... If you have any questions about previous episodes, Connor, about previous ratings and things, I can't give you those things because that file is on the hard drive, so I can't...
That's fine. No worries, man.
That's fine. So... yeah, Connor, I will go first. Let me get my first question up. A reminder to everyone, this week's topic is Cybermen. Wow.
Original.
So original. Okay, Connor, question 1.
Yeah.
What is the Cybermen's catchphrase in classic Doctor Who? Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, no.
It's not necessarily a catchphrase in the same way like delete was. It's just a word that they would say a lot and people kind of meme it for it now. What's it going to be, Connor? I'm going to be stricter on timing because when I was editing...
Should I care? Why should I care? No, I don't know. What is it? Is it care?
No,
why should I care?
Excellent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. I never would have known that.
Really?
All right. Okay, here's one for you.
Go on.
What type of Cyberman was rumored to be in Nightmare in Silver but wasn't?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Really think deep. Cyberman, whatever, the whole think of everything.
A cyber woman.
No.
Damn.
Cybermats.
Cybermats. Ah, wow.
Cybermats.
Wow, yeah.
They were meant to be in it, but it was the Cybermites. They said they'll be with the Cybermites, but yeah, okay. Got ya. Alright, go on, next one.
Okay, alright. So we both haven't got one yet. Alright. What type of Cybermen feature in Nightmare in Silver? What's the name of the type of Cybermen that are in Nightmare in Silver?
Oh, what's the name of them?
Yeah.
Is it the meme name or the actual name?
The actual name. Not the Iron Man Cyberman.
Maybe it's probably the name of the park's name, probably, I'm guessing. But I can't think of the park's name. It's W something. It's like the
You're on the wrong track, Connor. Wrong track.
Am I?
Yeah. 5.
I don't
4 3 2
I
1.
literally have no idea.
It's the Mondasian Cyberman. So, in all of New Who before that, there'd been the Cybermen from like the alternate Earth.
Yeah.
But then, because in Classic Who, all the Cybermen are like Mondasian Cybermen that originated from Mondas and stuff. Which are kind of like the OG Cybermen. And then when Russell rebooted it, I guess he wanted to like restart the Cybermen, so he gave them like a new origin in a different universe.
Lumix, yeah.
And Lumix ones, which we'll be talking about today. But in Nightmare in Silver is when we first get to see the Mondasian Cybermen again in New Who.
Really?
In a really shit
They're
design.
Mondas.
Yeah, so same as the ones that... You know how Pete faces like the really OG ones?
Yes.
Yeah, so those are Mondasian Cybermen as well. So they tried to like do them up and make them look like a cool, slick design in Nightmare in Silver, and it's just fucking weird. And they go really fast in Nightmare in Silver as well. Do you remember that?
Yeah, they run at like the speed of light.
So weird. So fucking weird.
That is weird. Yeah, they're such weird. Everyone called them like the Iron Man ones because it looks like it has like the art reactor and stuff.
Yeah. All right, Connor.
Yeah, weird times. All right, what actor played the first ever Cyberman?
I don't fucking know.
This is such a bad one. I love it. Yeah. Yee-hoo! I love it.
William Hartnell.
No,
that's
David
Banks.
My guess. David Banks.
As if anyone's gonna fucking know that.
I know, I'm so mean.
That's so dicky. All right,
thank you.
Someone's got to get a question right here. Connor.
I know.
What other character accompanies a rogue, silly Cyberman in a? Sorry, this is such a badly worded question, and a terrible question. I'll restart.
Okay, go on.
What other character accompanies a rogue, silly Cyberman in a park in the season 2 gag reel?
What other like creature?
Creature, character. Do you know the Cybermen thing?
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about because it's the like the Cyberman dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's canine.
Yeah, you would be correct.
Yes!
Hey!
Woo!
Alright, Connor, hit me. Hit me with a question.
Alright. When did the 10th planet air? What year?
That would be 63, 64, 65, 66.
Shit, you're right.
Yeah!
We both got one right. Well done, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good, Aidan. I'll give you that
I'm
one.
pretty good with my dates of Who. Mainly because
Okay,
I know
cool.
what
So-
seasons each classic Doctor was around for. The 10th planet.
So I guess we both get a point then.
Yeah, did last time I think we gave each other 0 point. We gave each other a half point if we...
Okay,
anyone.
fine. Alright, 0.5 again then.
Yeah, so that puts me on 3 and you on 2.
Okay.
Alright,
Okay.
so it's close. It's a close game.
Not bad.
It's a close game.
Not bad, Aidan. Not bad. I think you did well. Alright, I'm back on the video.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
Even though no one can see it.
I was going to say, fun fact for you, some listeners will probably know this, but I feel like this would be something that you'd be surprised about. The 10th planet, which is obviously first appearance of the Cybermen,
Yep.
but is also William Hartnell's last story, takes place like early on in a season. So in season 4, the first 4 episodes are at some random serial, and then the second 4 episodes is the 10th planet. That's I feel like you'd be surprised that there's a mid-season regeneration.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wait, so Patrick Troughton takes over mid-season?
Yeah.
No way, I did not know that.
Well, like a third of the way into the season, really. It's
Shit.
pretty early on.
That is interesting.
Because this is back when the seasons had like 40 episodes in a season.
That's the thing, like, nowadays the Doctor always just regenerates in a season final or a Christmas special.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the last 3 have all, like, regenerated in a Christmas special, so yeah.
I always liked,
Interesting.
even though it's split up, I still liked that Amy and Rory left kind of mid-season. Like, I thought
That is cool.
That shook up the formula a little bit.
Yeah, that is interesting, actually, yeah. Well, like, you know, the whole of Series 7, like, from, like, 6 onwards, it's just, like, a completely different tone.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. They're
I'm
completely
really
different
interested
tones,
into those
but
seasons.
they still, like, season 7 really embraces, like, having each episode really stylized in a particular way.
Yeah, I remember Moffat was really gunning for it.
Yeah, and I think that does start off in the first episode of the season in Asylum.
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, he had the whole idea of like it was really weird. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna do a film each week." And it's like, what are you going for here?
Yeah, bizarre.
And they had those weird like movie posters made for it.
Yeah.
And they were really badly photoshopped. Yeah, that takes me back.
Anyways, Connor,
Good old
we're
days.
13 minutes in. Should we roll into the intro of our big show?
Yeah, gone.
Huge. Let's do it.
50% podcast.
And we're
Let's do
back.
it.
Wow. So as
hello, we're back.
you would know, Connor, and as we mentioned earlier on in the show, today we're going to be discussing the Series 2 two-parter, Rise of the Cybermen and the Age of Steel, as we make our way through the entire revival on an amazing, fun little rewatch, right?
I love it. I'm loving it. I love it.
Love it, boy. So, Rise of the Cybermen is the 5th episode of the 2nd series of the British science fiction television program Doctor Who, which was first broadcast on BBC One on the 13th of May 2006. The episode introduces a terrestrial reinvention of the Cybermen, as well as a parallel universe which would serve as a recurring plot element in the series. It is the first part of a 2-part story, the concluding part being the Age of Steel, broadcast on the 20th of May. And yes, we are discussing both parts today. The episode is set in the parallel universe's version of London. In the episode, the businessman John Lumick, Roger Lloyd Pack, seeks to upgrade all of humanity into Cybermen by placing their brains inside metal exoskeletons. Conor, Whoa, you got some sick moves going on right there.
Yeah, I was doing the sprinkler. I always dance when Aidan reads it just to try and put him off and make him laugh, but he never does.
You made me rap a couple of weeks ago, and that was
I did. That was the Score Union episode. Yeah.
Oh, so you would have listened to it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I rewatched it. I listened to it at work.
Nice. So, Conor, let me know, what do you think of this interesting two-parter?
I've always loved it, Aidan.
Really?
I feel like you're going to say different, but
Yeah,
I've
maybe.
always... Yeah, I had a feeling you are. I've always loved it. I really have. I feel like I always say this, but I'm going to say it again, and I will continue to say it until we get into later seasons when I'm not a child, but... As a child, I did love this. I really did. I have distinct memories of just watching it at home with my sister. Especially it being a two-parter was like so cool for me. It was like our first two-parter of this season. I remember the cliffhanger sent me. I remember watching like Age of Steel, the second part. Just waiting a week, and even though the conclusion to that cliffhanger is just bogus, but. Even I swear on my life, even as a child, I was like, "What? How did that happen?" But it's one of my most rewatched episodes. I feel like it has really good rewatchability. Like I sat and I watched this on I think Tuesday or Monday night, and I was only planning on watching the first part, and I didn't even know if I was going to get through the first part. I ended up watching both in like the same night, which I rarely do. I rarely get through even one episode. There are a few things in the episode that are dumb, and we'll get into them, but I do love the idea of the parallel world. The start is so exciting. I love the Ricky, Mrs. Moore, Jake. There's just such good characters. It's just the whole idea of like Jackie and Pete being in it, the Cybermen coming back, John Lumit's character, the deaths in it. It's scary. It's exciting. Two-parter once again. I love the ending, even though again it is very silly. But again, it's always been one of my favorite episodes. I've always really loved it, and just the idea of finally seeing the Cybermen was just very exciting to me. Yeah. See, now go on, shit on it, Aidan.
I always remember as a kid getting bored in the first part, and then just thinking the second part was alright. And so I went in and was like, obviously. When you're a kid, a lot of the time, you just hear, like, dialogue scenes, and it kind of goes over your head, and those scenes quite often become boring scenes. So I, went in pretty open-minded. I was like, maybe I will enjoy this, because I know some people do really like this episode. And I gotta tell you, I was fucking bored out of my mind in the first part.
Really?
I was trying to pinpoint it, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint. I think there's maybe a couple of things. The first being... obviously, it is super slow. But then also things like there isn't much of a villain present in the first part to push the story onwards. It's just like Lumic in the background every now and then going, "I'm going to make Cybermen. I will do it." And then you
good.
see the trucks taking away the people and stuff. But other than that, there's not much of like a villain. And I also feel in the first part, I'm yawning. I'm so sorry. I also feel that in the first part, the Scooby-Doo gang are a little flat. I just think they are just like kind of boring Scooby-Doo gang. And then the second part, you actually get to have some good conversations with them, and they become more than that, which I think is cool. But I just remember the first part just being like, give us the Cybermen. Give us the Cybermen. And then you get them for like 30 seconds, and then it ends.
Yeah.
The second part I found way more enjoyable. The action was pretty good. The ending was super abrupt. But also kind of climactic in a way. Like, they resolved the story relatively quickly. But I think they compensated for that by having like cool action set pieces to keep it going, which I enjoyed, I guess. Oh my god, I'm yawning again. Good lord, I'm so sorry.
So I'm trying to find my notepad. Go on.
Yeah, I also thought that we have the recurring theme again of Rose being a bit of a bitch.
That is true.
Not so much in the second part, but in the first part, like, who the fuck does she think she is giving Jackie relationship advice? And the fact that like the writers even acknowledged that and like made
I
Jackie
stand
lose
by
her
that
shit.
scene. I reckon that's a good scene. But yeah,
But
go on.
there's also things like her blatantly fucking the Doctor around by like making her pick between her and Mickey.
There's also that scene where the Doctor mentions that woman who's the waitress, and she's like, "Oh, is that her then? Is that who?" Yeah, you know, she's clearly like jelly that the Doctor's been talking to other women.
And it's also like,
Classic Rose.
oh, a third yawn. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, Aidan.
Out of nowhere. There's also the fact that that even after all of the events of Father's Day, Billy's like, yeah, I'll still go and interfere with time and go meet my father, even after you told me not to repeatedly, and I fucked up last time, and you're telling me not to again, and I'm still gonna do it again anyways. I thought Mickey was really good. Noel Clarke was really good in this episode. In fact, he's probably at his best in this episode so far.
I agree, really good.
Yeah, really good stuff. He had a lot to do, and obviously got to play two-ish characters, even though they're kind of the same but kind of different.
That was done really well for a show from 2006.
Mostly.
Mostly, yeah. Jesus Christ, Aidan.
You're number 4. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like yawns are apparently like hell contagious. Like,
yeah,
I'll probably start yawning soon because
I thought yawns were like a one and done thing. You know, like you yawn once and then you're kind of good for half an hour or so.
clearly not.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, look, the two Mickey thing, the Mickey Ricky thing, I think was done well in a lot of the shots that they were in the same as, but it was really shit. And this, my first goof of the week, everybody. I got 2 goofs of the week today. Amazing, I love it.
Yeah, I've got one too. I hope you have the same one, but
my first goof of the week is when Mickey is tied up and Ricky's talking to him, and there's over-the-shoulder shots of Mickey showing Ricky's face. It's so obvious that the guy who's like stand-in they have for Mickey is not Mickey at all. Like, he looks so fucking different. I remember as a kid being like, this is so real, it's so cool, like how have they done this? But now I'm watching it now and I'm like, oh my god, it's just like a terrible stand-in.
oh my god.
Fuck me. Yeah, did you notice that goof?
Well, look, yeah, but I was just impressed about how good it looked for 2006.
Yeah, alright.
What's your second one? Because I've got one. I think hopefully you haven't got the same. But
alright,
go
my
on.
second goof of the week.
Yeah!
Is... Sorry, I nearly yawned again. I managed to get rid of it.
Jesus Christ!
I managed to get rid of it.
Far out.
Is when they are on the blimp and...
Yes, you don't have the same as me.
We don't have the same one?
Nah, thank God. Right, go on.
When they're on the blimp, there's 2 things. One, before the Cyberman moves, like 10 seconds before, you can see the Cyberman just move slightly in the background and not in like a proper way. It's like in a way of like you can tell the Cybermen guys just flinched a little bit or something. And then when he proceeds to step forward, the Cyberman steps out and starts walking forward with its hands down. Then it cuts to an over the shoulder of the Cyberman and it's got its hand up. And then it cuts back to the front of the Cyberman and it raises its hand up. So they kind of didn't match
continuity
that up
errors, folks.
properly. Either probably between the actor and the editor. That was kind of done. Yeah, so that was my 2 goofs. Connor, hit me up with yours.
Very surprised you didn't notice this. I noticed it last year, actually.
Okay.
And I mentioned this a few weeks ago, saying I knew a really good one from this episode, and I didn't say it. Mm-hmm. In the scene, by the way, which I love, where Mickey goes to see his grandma,
yeah,
she opens the door, and in the reflection of her glasses, you can see the cameraman and the boom mic, and the boom mic is very noticeable.
Really?
You can see the boom mic in the glasses, and it's in every shot. And once you've seen it, it's very hard not to see it. And I did notice it last year because I rewatched season 2 last year for some reason. I don't know. I just decided to, and I noticed it. And it's like in the reflection of the glass because she's blind. To be fair, though, I don't know if they could. There must have been a way to edit it out, but I just don't think they saw it. I think it's just a bit of a goof. Can you see it?
Okay? Hold on. Let me now need to zoom in.
Aidan's laptop's been a desktop has been playing up today, folks.
Oh, I can see. I can't really tell on this image. It's not great quality.
Yeah.
I could see there's something there, like the silhouette of someone, but in this it looks like it could just be Mickey. But I bet
you can not. if you're actually watching it on like the big screen, like you can see it's like you can see the cameraman.
So silly.
I Snapchatted it and I specifically didn't send it to you because I wanted to be like showing you on the show. I got some notes if you want to hear them, which I just scrambled down then.
Yeah.
I do like how Pete is Gemini. Gemini gets mentioned in the first episode as a person who feeds him information. And I remember thinking like, oh, who is that? I wonder if they address that. I don't remember them addressing it, but they do. It's actually Pete, which is cool.
Yeah, that was a very cool twist, yeah.
I like that. It's cool to see that like he was actually in there to kind of like shut it all down. I really like this scene in like the cellar with like the Cybermen all waking up, the scene with like Mrs. Moore and the Doctor. I think that's really cool. Yeah,
that's one of those scenes where I was saying they did a lot more character work with those side characters. This was one
I like that. It actually gave some time. Yeah,
it was good.
There's one here. I do really like the cyber attack when they all come into the party. The president, for some reason, there's a president of the UK. For some reason, I don't know why. President gets killed. There's a classic "What if I refuse" meme. I've got. I do like there's a quick mention to the Van Stam Museum, which I thought was really cool. They bring up the head in the Van Stam Museum. That's really cool. Yeah. I like that a lot. I've got. I can't even read my handwriting. I don't even know what I said there. In the something. Oh well. But yeah, I do like how the Mickey stays, but it's even when I watched it as a young lad, I was like, he's gonna come back. Like, it annoys me how they always do this in Doctor Who, where they're like, it's shut forever and they can't come back, and it's like literally in what, like 6 or so episodes, Mickey's just back, and it's like, oh, we can hop. And I know they address it in the episode as being like really damaging, but I don't know why they're trying to kid us and that like Mickey's never gonna come back or that. Also, another fun fact: did you know it was cut from the script? I think that Ricky and Jake were partners.
Yes, I did read that somewhere actually. Yeah,
I think it was cut from the script. I don't know, or if it was just an idea. But yeah, they were partners, and they just didn't. I guess people were a bit homophobic back in 2006, and they weren't ready for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
I think the ending was really good. I think it actually hit home on a few heartstrings. When Mickey's like, we were something once, but we're not anymore, or whatever. That was real.
Great scene.
Real sad, and the music was great. I know it was just Rose's theme playing, but that was really nice. Yeah.
How does Mickey get the Doctor's clothes back?
How does he get them back?
Yeah, where does he find them? That is good for the week.
Where did he leave them?
Number 4. I don't know. That's the thing. And how does Mickey know? He wasn't there.
What was that? How does
Mickey know? He wasn't even there.
Because I was trying to think, when does the Doctor change into them? Into the like.
Yes, they're outside the house and they're like, I know how to get us in. And they somehow get waiter's clothes, so they must have left the suit and jacket at Pete's house.
Yeah.
But Mickey was there for a brief minute, but you're telling me he went all the way back there just to get his suit?
I guess.
What a goof of the week.
Ta-dun. It almost
Anyway, that's
draws
the kind
way
of
more
thing that-
attention to something that doesn't need drawing attention to. Because I remember, I watched it and I wasn't questioning, oh, how does he get his suit back? But then all of a sudden, Mickey was like, "Oh, I got your suit, Doc," and I was like,
Here it is. Not a crease.
Why does Mickey have his suit? And then I started to think about it and try and question where that had all happened. So I drew attention to an issue that would have easily been slid under the rug.
The only other time I think of that, and I don't think... I think there is a resolution. It's in Gridlock. He specifically takes off his coat and he's like, "I love that coat. So-and-so gave me that coat." And then he opens up the hatch and he goes through all the different doors. And I think he gets it back somehow. I can't remember how, but I think there's the same thing in that where just at the end of the episode he randomly has it back on again. That's the only time I can think of it happening. But I do like the costume change. I think it's cool. I like how they wear them the whole episode. Oh, we've got to talk about the cliffhanger. That's just so dumb. It's one of the dumbest resolutions to a cliffhanger I've ever seen. Oh, another thing as well is that scene where, again, there's stuff like this that's just stupid. They're hiding behind the dumpster, and the Cybermen just stop at the dumpster, and then the Doctor gets his Sonic out and goes, and he hits his Sonic.
Yeah.
And then the Cyberman goes, and then just walks off. What is that? Literally, there's no explanation.
It's dumb. I tell you what was really good though. One, the Rose joke of the doggy Rose was
Brilliant.
Good.
You had a doggy called Rose, so that's what's been cool.
I did have a doggy called Rose. I'm yawning again.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck, it's all catching up to me. But the introduction of the parallel world, I thought was really cool. And I only just realized when they crash land that what drops down are masks for the timeless, because it's meant to be a 6-person control. When I was a kid, I just thought that it was just parts of machinery had broken off and fallen down. But
it's actual masks, yeah.
But like I was saying, the parallel universe stuff was such a big addition. So it was cool to have that.
And it only says, they said same time, same place. So if it's the same time, when Mickey gets out the paper, it's February. So you're telling me it's been a month of all that shit. Because Christmas Invasion's Christmas, obviously. So it's been a month. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's meant to be right after Christmas the Doctor and Rose left, and then school reunion happens in February or
That's
whatever.
what I mean. School reunion happened, and then this writer, I think, writes The Girl Who Waited.
Really?
I'm
Let's
pretty
see.
sure.
I always like to have a look at who did what on the episode.
Wrong.
So, the first thing, and I knew this. This is the first episode directed by Graham Harper.
Graham Harper, yeah.
Which, like I said, is between him and Euroslyn. They're the two big ones in the Russell T.D. era. So, and I do think it was a pretty well-directed episode. I think it looked relatively nice, and there was some good performances in there. But I think Graham Harper does get a lot better. It's written by Tom McRae.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he writes Girl Who Waited. I might be horribly wrong, though.
Yeah, he did, which is a good episode.
You're welcome, mate. I think that's the only two he did.
Well, it
3.
does say here, issue 383 of Doctor Who magazine reported that McRae had been commissioned to write the episode Century House for Series 4, broadcast in 2018. However, the episode was cancelled after Russell T Davies decided it was too close to the tone to another episode. More recently, McRae wrote The Girl Who Waited for the 2011 series.
I've never liked The Girl Who Waited.
Really?
I know, isn't that crazy? Because I was such a big fan of this episode. I was so excited to have a writer from Series 2 write a Season 6 episode.
Yeah,
I was
weird.
I can't wait. And I feel like I'm the only person who didn't like it. But you know what I really do think this time around? Because I haven't watched it. I think I've watched it maybe twice. And I've really never liked it.
I think
everyone loves it.
I'm really looking forward to Season 5 and 6. I say that about every season.
I'm excited
it's been so long
as
since I've
well.
watched
I'm
them.
really excited to get some episodes.
But 5 and 6 is that's sort of as a the Capaldias I love, but I was older. I'm old enough to sort of remember the hype and have like appreciate it, and same with like season 7 as well. But with 5 and 6, that was sort of the time where I was like, oh, Doctor Who's being kind of shit. I don't like this new kind of vibe, but I was still invested, like a big Who fan.
Yeah.
But it just at the time didn't feel like it was for me. But I feel like rewatching it now, I'm going to be like, fuck, this is so much fun, and I think it's going to be really nostalgic.
Do you know what episode I'm very, very excited to rewatch?
What?
The next episode, Idiot's Lantern.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
I know it's bad, but that episode and Love and Monsters, and I do love the Ooh two-parter, which again, very much like this episode, I just rewatched the hell out of as a young lad, and I've always loved it. I'm sure you like it too, but I am very excited for the goofs of this season. The Fear Hers, the Love and Monsters. This season has some shit episodes. The more I think about it,
You've been standing up for it a lot, but the bad is bad this season, you know.
No, I still stand by it. I'm gonna really enjoy those episodes though. Maybe not so much Fear Her, but everything else, I can't actually. Jeez, imagine having Love the Monsters and Fear Her in the same 2 weeks period.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You'd stop watching.
But yeah, apparently a lot of people were getting sick of it when Series 2 was coming out. I remember that. I remember going down the pub and as a young lad being like, "Oh, this one sucked," and then this one was badder, worse, and it was like, yeah, I kind of feel that, but I always really liked them. Yeah, I'm excited. I might actually rewatch one of those. I might actually watch Idiot's Lantern in the next couple of days. I'm really excited to rewatch it. Good old Mark Gatiss episode.
Yeah, I usually try and watch them like right after we do this review. Like I'll probably try and watch Idiot's Lantern tomorrow or the day after, just because it allows me to like process it a bit more. Because sometimes after watching an episode, you can be like, oh yeah, I watched it. David was really great. It was a fun episode. But then if you watch it like a week in advance, by the time we get to it, you can be a little more critical. And I always say the things that I loved the most in any form of like movie or TV show, even music, is a story that like sticks with you and makes you think about it afterwards. And there's times like in The Rise of Cybermen and Age of Steel where it just hasn't stuck with me at all, really. And it's just like I watched it and was like, yeah, okay, that was fine. And then I just got on with my day. You know?
Fair enough. It happens. Fair enough. So what would you give out of 10, Aidan?
Oh, we're diving into the ratings already.
Go on.
What would I give it out of 10? That's a good question. And we're doing me first. That's unheard of.
Oh, well, you know. I know you're tired. I feel sorry for you, to be honest.
No, I'm all right.
I don't want to. I know you. Well, no, you said you wanted to spend some time with your girl, and I respect that.
She's actually doing assignments and stuff, so I'm not actually gonna end up spending amazing time with her. I'll be.
Oh, okay.
I'll be doing something else while she does that. To be honest, she's at mine right now. But yeah, what would I give it out of 10? I think I would have to give it. I want to say a 6, but I don't think it's that low. I might give it a 6.5.
Jesus. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Really? That good?
I simped this episode. I admit it.
Trust me on this.
I love it. I don't know. Yeah, trust me on this, man. I love it.
Just from the way you were talking, it sounded to me like a 7.5 or something from you. Like...
Yeah, but it was, again, I got to admit, I never sit down and just watch an episode like that. I can barely watch one a week, and let alone 2 in the same night. It really grabbed me, it really engaged me, and I've always found it really just fun. I love the whole attacking, like, small crew, like, all invading the factory, like, it's always been a really good episode, fun for me, so, yeah, the in the jungle scene, like, it's just some good memes. Like,
that is funny.
I've always just really liked it, to be honest. So
I do have a thought though. With the Cybermen.
God's sake. Yeah, go on.
Well, I'm so sorry for having a thought, Connor.
Sorry. No, that wasn't it. No, sorry. I keep coughing, so I was like,
your stag. Yeah, so
that wasn't me saying Aidan, God's sake, for his opinion. Go on. Sorry. Love you, boo.
Illy, all right. The Cybermen redesign
Yeah, do you not like it?
I don't actually think it's all that jazz. I know as a kid, like, you're like, oh, it's so cool. But now, honestly, I watch it and I'm like,
The Mondas will always be the fucking scariest Cyberman design.
That's what I mean. They changed it into like sort of a more robotic thing rather than the humanoid thing.
That's the scary part is that they are human.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I feel like for a while that everyone was just like, we'll go with it. And like the Daleks, which they've stuck with the design for ages because they've been so good. The Cybermen one, like, I feel they just stuck with, and no one was like, hold on, this actually isn't that great of a design until like season 7. Like, I couldn't believe it took them that fucking long to do a redesign.
And it kind of got worse, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it was. I think the redesign itself, it's not a great redesign. I think I prefer it over the bulky Cybermen, just because it looks a bit more real and up to date. But the effects that they give them, like flying and the super speed, it's so weird.
I love that new. It's not really a new design, but it's kind of just like a remaster of the Mondas suit in World Nothing Time and Doctor Falls. I love that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so beautiful.
Really
So
good.
beautiful.
Looks nice.
It's like a beautiful remaster of the suit, and that's so much scarier. And the whole conversion, the way they handle it in World Enough of Time, and not so much Doctor Falls, but the way they handle it in World Enough of Time, is truly the creepiness of the Cybermen. It didn't really have it that much in this episode. Kind of did. I like the way they kind of marched them to the factory, and it's like they're all gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, it's. I know it's probably a bit high, but I stick by it. I think it's a really fun episode for me. Again, I'm completely drunk on nostalgia. You know, like I admit it. I'll admit it. I'm never this kind on different TV shows, and it is bias of me. But again, I'm just drunk on nostalgia. Like I love the show and like these episodes and stuff like that. So it is a bit unfair, but yeah, I stick by it.
You know what? I said before, like, I do think it was, like, relatively well directed. And so, I don't know. I feel that it didn't actually look that great. I said it did, but I don't actually think it looked great. Like, I think it was kind of... It was kind of... looked boring and bland in a way, you know? After episodes like The Girl in the Fireplace, which looked amazing, and School Reunion looked amazing, and Tooth and Claw... didn't always look amazing, but it had like a really different vibe to it. This one just felt a bit bland, but that's also because of the locations, you know? It's just like London.
London! Sorry. Connor's moving around because I swear, I get to these points in the review where I can't sit still and I need to lay down and... Not lay down, but sit down on my squeaky ass chair.
With all my yawning.
It's not that I don't know if you saw that I yawned twice when you were talking. It's like that shit's catching on to me. I swear it's like contagious.
I think
I blame Aidan for all this shit. What episode is the one you're looking forward to most this season? Which is left? So we got Idiot's Lantern, the U2-parter. We've got Fear Her, Love the Monsters, and Doomsday Army and Ghost.
Okay, not really looking forward to next week. Idiot's Lantern, the U2-parter, sure, but I think I watched it a lot as a kid, so I'm not like ecstatic for it. Because I think it might have been a little bit overwatched. And then Love and Monsters I kind of am, because I feel maybe I might find something I like in it this time. Fear Her, not at all, because I just remember that always being boring, no matter what. And then Doomsday Army and Ghost, you know, that's going to be a fun one, I think. But
yeah, it's actually not that great of a season, to be honest.
Yeah, there's really not anything massively standing out to me to come that I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to get to that episode, you know? In fact,
Get on the fireplace, though.
Yeah. But it's a while before we get to an episode, actually, where I'm ecstatic. Smith and Jones is probably the only one for a while where I'm like, boy, the good kush, you know?
My mic just fell off my my desk. It just fell off my desk. So
No
if
worries.
you hear some horrible, weird sounds as Conor tries to put it back onto his desk, I am sorry. I have like hell flimsy mic stands, which I use in my room for this show.
Yeah.
I had people come into my room on Saturday and they said, "Why do you have a mic here?" And I said, "Hold your applause, everyone, but this is where I shoot the Doctor Who, the 50% Doctor Who podcast." And everyone could not believe that I was the... Sorry, it fell again. They could not believe I was the co-host of said show, folks.
Wow.
So,
It's a prestigious
Yeah, I
show to
know.
be on, you know?
well, I'm just going to have to hold this fucking thing. It won't go back on my desk. I'm going to hold it. I'm just going to hold it.
I have an interesting fact
yeah.
here that I've just spotted on the Wikipedia page.
Go on.
So, Doctor Who magazine 368 confirmed that the story was inspired by the Big Finish Productions audio play Spare Parts. Russell T. Davies
okay.
had previously described it as some of the finest drama ever written for any genre in any medium anywhere.
What, Spare Parts?
Yeah, the writer of Spare Parts received a fee and was credited in the end titles for this.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Oh, and there's a nod to it with Mickey labeling himself as a spare part, which I did pick up on.
Oh, yeah, I did notice that. Shit, yeah, true. I did notice that.
Yeah.
See, if I wrote notes during the episode, I would remember to say that, but I don't, so... Because I'm
Yeah.
unhelpful swine.
It is very different though. Like there is obviously the factory stuff and people being taken in there, but it is definitely nowhere near as spooky, and the vibe isn't the same. You know, World Enough in Time is definitely nailed that vibe.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Well Enough in Time is like pretty much the live action version of Spare Parts.
Yeah.
Like, it does capture that vibe perfectly. So I'm now sitting on my bed with my mic. I've been walking around with it. I literally can't fucking fit it anywhere.
This actually has such an interesting Wikipedia page. Also says early drafts of the story featured body shops where wealthy people would purchase new cybernetic limbs. Davies vetoed this element because he found it unbelievable. Yeah, I'm glad that. He also instructed Tom McRae to tone down the differences between the parallel universe versions of characters and the real universe counterparts. I think it was one of those great lessons about the freedom of sci-fi, as well as its greatest dangers, because when you're creating a parallel world, you suddenly get excited by saying everyone can wear eye patches, said Davies, referring to the alternative Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart in Inferno. Oh, fuck. That explains that. I've never seen Inferno, and I've seen a picture of Brigadier with an eye patch, so that explains that. According to Graham Harper on the episode commentary, the pre-credit sequence was written by Russell T. Davies, as he was not satisfied with the original opening. In the commentary, it is noted that Jackie's 40th birthday is a reference to the 40th anniversary of the broadcast of the 10th Planet, the first appearance of the Cybermen. Yeah, of course. 66 to 2006.
That is cool.
That was some fun trivia for you there.
Are you on TARDIS Wiki?
Just on Wikipedia.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm yawning. Jesus. Yeah, I love a good TARDIS Wiki. After I've watched the episodes, I always go on there and they talk about all the goofs and all the behind the scenes stuff. And
did you notice that there was no next time trailer after part 1?
Yeah, I did. Well, it makes sense.
Well, they usually do it though, because usually in like the Russell T. Davies era.
Yeah, I think it's the first time they didn't.
Yeah, I think it's like the only time they didn't, because
right.
Usually they have it so single part episodes have the next time trailer after the episode finishes, but if it's got a cliffhanger, so it's like the first part of a 2-part episode, then they don't play the next time trailer till after the credits.
After the credits, yeah. Why is that, do you reckon?
I don't know, weird.
Well, look, obviously, I think they were just trying to keep people in suspense, but it was so obvious they weren't going to die.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
think that's what it was. I think it was just the idea of like keeping the audience on their toes because it's like, what if they die? It's like they're not gonna die
Yeah.
mid-season, obviously.
Oh,
But
here's another interesting fact about this episode. Sorry, I'm just finding some very interesting facts here today for you, Connor.
that's right.
This episode, Rise of the Cybermen, is the first time in the history of Doctor Who that the phrase "to be continued" was used at the end of a part. So even through all of the 4-part and 6-part adventures in Classic Who, never once was a "to be continued" put on screen there, and not even in season 1, series 1.
I wonder if the Utu-parter has that.
Yeah.
What's the one where it at the end of Stolen Earth that has the to be continue.
Yeah,
You're like,
that was why.
dun.
Many viewers and writer Stephen Moffat had criticised the use of a preview for World War III at the end of the 2005 episode Aliens of London, as it spoiled the dramatic cliffhanger ending. Beginning with the
Right.
Impossible Planet, trailers for the second part of stories were run during the middle 8 after the main credits to allow viewers time to switch off. There you go. Because of Moffat.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Maybe, the next time trailer for like the 2-parters would be like at the end of the credits, so people would just switch off the TV or something or change the channel,
Yeah.
and they might not see it.
Interesting
like,
that
"Oh, we'll
Moffat
just
had pointed that out, and that's sort of maybe what brought attention to it.
Well, Steven's great.
Yeah. And there's also another answer to your question here, that the episode was so long that there wasn't time for a preview at the end of it. So that's why there wasn't one.
Oh, next time trailer.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. They couldn't even. It's so interesting when people say that about episodes. Like they can't even fit in an extra 30 seconds. Like, does it really matter?
Well, I did notice that both parts of this were like 48 minutes long, which usually in the RTD era they run for about 45.
Isn't Cold War the shortest episode?
Yeah, Cold War is technically the shortest story in Who. Other than like the dumb things like Dimensions in Time and Curse of Fenric and stuff. Because Cold War I think runs for like 42 minutes and 20 seconds or something. And even like the 2-parters of Classic Who, when they were only 20 minutes long, they usually ran for about 24 minutes.
Right.
So when combined, it's a 48-minute story. So, yeah, Cold War's the shortest episode ever. And then obviously now they're all like 50, 65 minutes.
You can always count on Marky to fuck it up.
Silly boy. Silly boy.
Does Mark ever write a good episode?
I don't mind Cold War. I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's alright.
But and Empress of Mars is okay as well. But no, we'll find out next week.
Yeah, I don't mind them. They're not awful, but Sleep No More is awful. But yeah,
Yeah,
apart from that.
Oh well, Connor, shall we end the show?
Yeah, sure. One last thing. Time of Victorious is a huge mess. That's all I got to say. It's so confusing. I don't understand what the hell is going on. I've lost all interest. I don't care anymore.
You were so keen.
You've lost me. You've lost me. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Wow, what a depressing fucking ending.
It
Jesus.
sucks, Aidan. It could have been so
Have you
good.
seen this CGI Dalek?
Oh my god.
Series,
We're
and
in 2020.
It looks horrendous.
Bro, I saw people commenting saying stuff like YouTubers do better than that. And I'm like, you're not wrong. It looks awful. It looks so cheap. I don't care anymore. Look, maybe the audio dramas would be cool. I don't care. I'm going to watch a YouTube video about it. Just leave me alone, Tunnel Victorious. You've lost me. It was going to be so cool, and now it sucks. Why does Doctor Who have to be so shit now? Sorry. Sorry, it annoys me. It's so annoying. It could have been so good. I'm sick of it. I don't care about all these books and comics. Just fucking give me something. I'm sick of it. I don't want these dumb cartoons. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't care about some dumb Dalek cartoon.
Yeah, like a mental breakdown on the podcast.
I'm sorry, Aidan. It could have been sick. Okay? Why don't they just do some cool shit like the Doctor going back to Gallifrey and becoming Rassilon? No, instead we get some stupid cartoon and dumb comics. They have to be a millionaire to follow the whole damn thing. I can't afford all this. How can I afford it all?
You're obviously not a real fan, is my answer.
Yeah, I guess I'm not.
The old you would have.
Watching it for 15 years, I guess I'm not a real fan. I'm sorry, though, but I had to get that off my chest.
That it felt like you were holding that in for a while.
I am just annoyed, I'm sick of it, but yeah. Yeah, I have been holding it in for a while, to be honest, but yeah. Thank you for listening to me rant about Time Lord Symptorius.
Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
Thank you, everyone.
Alright, Connor, lead us out in song, my friend. Let's have a happy vibe for the end song today, Connor. Let's hype him up. We brought him down. This show started as a fun little escapism for all those getting... You remember how nice we were at the end of the first episode of the show when we were like, wow, guys,
Time Lord Victorious ruined
there's some serious shit happening in the world right now, but we hope we can give you a laugh and talk about a show that you all love. And now you're here just like, fucking life sucks, Doctor Who's shit.
I never said life sucks. I just said that I reckon a lot of people would agree with me about what I just said about Time Lord Victorious.
Yeah, sure.
You don't believe that, but I do. Alright. Are you ready, Aidan?
Yeah, go on.
Alright, let's do it.
Do it.
One, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3.
It's Aidan and Connor's podcast.
We're doing Doctor Who review.
Doctor Who reviews. That was so dumb.
Cut it, Aidan.
Yikes.